What's up, beautiful people? This is Chris. How y'all doing? I'm extremely tired, but I said I was gonna come live because there's so much happening out there. Um, and I just wanted to just come and just say hello and just touch base with you guys. I know y'all have been seeing all of this crazy stuff going on social media. How y'all doing tonight? Whew. So I have not been feeling good. Anybody's ever had a sty in their eye before? Like a sty? What's that? STYE? I have one in my eye and it just makes me feel terrible. I mean, when I say terrible, like the pain of it, the aggravation of it, when you go to sleep, you wake up and it's like it's so painful. It makes you honestly miserable. I feel like I haven't actually had any sleep in a couple of days. So I have been actually like not feeling well at all. So a lot of people have had it, like, right? That's crazy. I've never, I mean, honestly, in all of my days and all of my life, I've never had a sty in my eye. And when I tell you, like, when I say makes you feel miserable, I mean makes you feel miserable. So anyway, I said I was gonna come live. So for all the people that I've rescheduled, you are either rescheduled already, and or I'm waiting for you to respond to me. And then also too, another thing it was doing, almost like I was having pressure in my eye. Kind of like because I kept bothering it, and it kept bothering me. It was like I kept having like this extreme pressure in my eye. So yeah, so I was just like, I cannot use baby soap to clean it out with warm compress throughout the day. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I went to the urgent care. They gave me some eye drops, and then and so I've been using that. Also, I got some what is that Visine, and I got that too. So I've been like getting up throughout the night and just tending to it. Um, but yeah, it just makes you feel miserable. I've never had. I don't ever want to have it again. So for anybody that has a child that ever gets a sty in their eye, just know it is the most miserable thing that they can go through. Because I know children get them a lot. And sometimes we're just like, it's just a sty in your eye. It's just little that thing. That is the most miserable thing ever. I had one for the first time a few months ago. How long does it take to go away? How long does it take to go away? Golly, they're talking about it'll go away on its own. I'm like, sheesh. Talking about it's gonna go away on its own. I'm like, how long? Oh, I hate it. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and get into this little bit of tea and a little bit of juice that I've been seeing a couple of weeks. Lord, I don't think I can make it. Shit. Oh Lord. Okay. Let's get into this little bit of tea and this little bit. Y'all might have to come resuscitate me, baby, right up off the floor. Warm tea bags on the eye also helps. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to come resuscitate me after a while. I cannot, girl. That is just too much for me. Mine went away in 2 to 3 days. Mine is kind of like it's hard. Like mine is kind of on a thicker side. So I was like, wow, it's kind of thick. So all right. So anyway, let's get into this tea and this juice. But before we even get into the tea and the juice, I have a married woman place their ring over it and it will go away fast. I'm a married woman. Let me put this ring over it. Have another married woman, child? Okay, I'm gonna have to find somebody else. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. So I actually on the thumbnail, as you can see, I put Leslie Jordan up there. He's the comedian that just passed away in a car crash. He had some type of health situation, and with that health situation, he actually ended up crashing his car. For a lot of people wondering what happened to him, and I don't know if a lot of people know Leslie Jordan, but yeah, he was like he helped me through the COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like I found his channel, and I found his Instagram, and I must have enjoyed so I enjoyed so many videos from him. So I just wanted to say, may he rest in peace. Um, just a bright light during a very dark time. And may he really rest in peace, guys. And I just wanted to pay respect because I remember when I stumbled across his Instagram. This is the guy right here. When I stumbled across his Instagram, he's from Tennessee, and um he's from Tennessee, and he had the best accent, and he had the best accent and just the greatest stories. And the one story that he did tell was about how his father accepted him for who he was, right? Especially during his time when he was coming up, as a gay man. He talked about how, he was different when he was younger, and how, he his dad pretty much just, accepted for him for who he was and told him to be authentic to who he was. So I just wanted to start this off by just saying we're going to miss him and we appreciate him, and rest in peace to Leslie Jordan. I was literally following him. You know what's crazy though? The other day I went on his Instagram and I was looking at a picture of him, and why that a feeling came over me like something's about to happen to Leslie Jordan. I swear to you, I was just telling my daughter that. And I was just looking at him. And for people who may, again, want to know what happened to him, I'm more than sure they're going to come out and say that he had some chest pains or heart condition, because he talked openly about the fact that he was going to the cardiologist on a regular basis. And I saw it on TMZ today that they had said that he was having chest pains leading up to what happened to him. And so I'm more than sure that they're probably going to come and tell us that he ended up having some type of heart condition that led him to, of course, swerve or get into this accident, which is terrible. But he talked openly about his health, and he talked openly about going to, a cardiologist to have his heart checked. And so, yeah, that was pretty sad to me. That also made me feel real sad. So rest in peace to Leslie Jordan. I just wanted to start off by saying that. So yeah, I loved him too, and just such a great person, great energy, great attitude, and just like during COVID, I know in 2020 when COVID was happening, like he always had like the best stories. So if you go on his Instagram, he has like the best stories. I even saved a few of his stories. You know how you can save some stuff, like you can save it for yourself. I even saved a couple little of his like stories, just so I can look at him again. Just he has such great energy. So I just wanted to start off by saying that. So guys, y'all been seeing Kanye in the news. If you go back to my reading on Blue Nola Tarot, we talked about this. We talked about the downfall of Kanye West, of Ye West. We talked about over the next several months that he will completely spiral in terms of his business and all that he has going on. The talent agency, the documentary, Balenciaga, Vogue, his Instagram, his Twitter, his new lawyer. Well, shit. His new lawyer, Adidas, now Gap. Now, if you've been following me on Instagram, I've been posting little clues in there because I saw on Instagram that on the other side of YouTube, see, on the black side of YouTube and Instagram, we got a lot of people that like the windmill for Kanye. You know what I mean? Windmill. Like we like to make excuses for him. But on the other side of Twitter and Instagram, on the white side of it, they have been boycotting the hell out of Kanye West. So if you go on Adidas' actual Instagram, they have been boycotting Kanye West. And if you go on, and if you go on Gap's Instagram, they have been boycotting Kanye West. So he's been getting boycotted left and right. So I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to it, but people have been boycotting him the entire time ever since he made the anti-Semitic comments. They have been calling for for him to be released. And basically, I guess they were still receiving notifications and promotions on his products. And people were saying, stop sending me these products. But if you go into this first one here, the comment section, I considered it going wild. The comment section was wild. So I went into uh Gap's comment section and I went into Adidas. This is Adidas. But the Adidas comment section, it was going down. Okay. It is going down. Drop him, silence him. We won't be buying another product until you get rid of him. So on the white side of the white side of social media, they have been consistently boycotting Kanye West. They have been consistently putting pressure to boycott Kanye West. So this is not happening in a vacuum. Anything that Kanye West is affiliated with, they have been in they have been in the chat, they have been emailing, they have been putting pressure on anything that he's attached to, his talent agency, his documentary, his music, anything that he is attached to, they have been boycotting him, guys. So this didn't just happen in a vacuum. I know he made the anti-Semitic comments about DEFCON 3, but once all of that took place, they have been consistently on the white side of social media, they have been consistently boycotting, they have been consistently demanding for his release. I just want to let you know, I'll be paying attention. I don't know if you've been paying attention, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been paying attention to the white side of social media, boycotting him on all of his anything that he's affiliated with, put a 1 in the chat because I've been seeing it. I've been seeing it for days and days and days. So all of these endorsement deals that everybody act like they're so surprised about, I am not surprised about it because I have been following anything that he's been following. The way I do my reading, so this is how I do it. If y'all don't know me by now, when I read on somebody, I kind of almost I stay attached to them to kind of follow, right, what they're doing and how it's being done. So with Kanye West, because I've read on him so many times, I kind of follow him and I follow what's going on with him so I can get a sense of what's happening to him, right? Anybody that I read on, I do it. I do that because I want to kind of see how my reading is kind of coming to fruition and manifesting forward, right? And so I have been following Kanye West this entire time. And so he has lost a lot, guys. And I know a lot of people were saying, this was his intention all along. He was trying to get out of his Gap and his Adidas contract. And I think a part of it is that, but at the same time, no one in their right mind would sabotage their business. I don't care how much money you have. No one in their right mind would sabotage their own business to this extent, to the detriment of their life, right? Remember, my YouTube channel filters through my business, filters through my YouTube channel. His money is made through those various sources. So why would you cut off the hand that's feeding you, if you will, right? That makes no sense. So I think that if that was his plan, it was a suicide mission. And I think he's going to look back and say, I think he's going to look back and say, I think he's going to stand on what he's doing. I think there may be some small regret in it, but for the most part, he's going to stand on what he's doing. But just know that, do you think for 1 second he envisioned all of this going down? It's one thing to get out your Gap contract. It's another thing to get out your Adidas contract. But to the extent that this has happened, guys, just imagine that for a second. Just imagine you being an entrepreneur and you have 13 or 14 different contracts where you're making major money and you have an issue with 2 of your contracts. Did you think for 1 second the 13 contracts you had would all plummet at the expense of 2 contracts? At the expense of 2 contracts? So I don't think that this was his intention to just completely lose all of this like this. I can't see it. I think that would be ludicrous. I think it would be outrageous. So again, Kanye West has lost a lot. And I'm gonna be honest with you, even though I don't windmill for Kanye, y'all already know how I feel about him. I feel like even like the last interview I saw on, I think it was on Hollywood Unlocked. He still was going cuckoo about the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, I have my opinion about the Black Lives Matter leaders. Now, the actual movement and what it stands for, I stand behind that. Our lives do matter. We matter too. But do I agree with the people who was running it, the way they were handling the money? No, that's two different things. So for me, even with all of this going on, he's still doing interviews bashing the fact that we matter too. And like I said in my reading, and I'm going to stand on this, Kanye only cares about Kanye. Kanye only cares about Kanye. So unfortunately, this is what's happened to him. If you go back to the reading, we talked about this in the reading. We talked about how he's going to spiral and all of this stuff was going to happen to him. It's unfortunate, but I feel like he's kind of done it to himself. Now, I know that I've saw a lot of like people coming out saying that Kim needs to speak on it. In a lot of ways, why does Kim need to speak on it? You know, why does she need to speak on it? Because at the end of the day, this man is no longer a husband. You know, why should she have to stand up and defend his action when he's no longer he's no longer her husband? So here we got Foot Locker. This is from Hollywood, from the Neighborhood Talk side. And they're saying Foot Locker is removing all of his shoes from their sales floor and taking them down from the online. So it's literally everything, guys. Everything is spiraling for him. And like I said, when going back to Kim Kardashian, I saw Boy George and I love him, but he wanted her to stand up and speak out. I think she should speak out about the anti-Semitic comments. I kind of agree with that. But at the same time, I hope people don't think she's got to speak out every time Kanye does something. Because at the end of the day, he is now officially, legally not her responsibility. He's not her husband. And she doesn't have to say anything. If she didn't want to say anything about this anti-Semitic stuff he was doing, she didn't have to do that. I'm glad she did, but she didn't have to do that. And, you know, a lot of people are so upset about the fact that, you know, I think the girl name was Mashika. She was talking about how, you know, it's amazing how when he was anti-Black, you know, community, nobody said anything. Well, that speaks a lot about us, right? That talks about how we don't stick together and we don't band together and we didn't hold them accountable. No, we're in the comment section talking about, go ahead, Kanye. Kanye got a plan. Y'all crazy. Y'all know what Kanye on to something. No, we don't stick together. See that the group of people that he offended, they stick together. Hispanic communities, they stick together, right? Asian communities, they stick together. But when it comes to Black communities, we don't stick together. Kanye West was allowed to say slavery was a choice. He was able to get out here and wear a White Lives Matter shirt, which is a part of a hate group. He was allowed to do so much, and we still supported his music and his gospel Sundays or whatever this was. We didn't hold him accountable. So I feel like, you know, we can't get mad that a group of people have decided they're not tolerating his bullshit. Why should we get mad? We should do better. We should do better. We should say, no, we're not gonna. Remember I did that Black men reading where I talked about Black men and their responsibility. If maybe we held them more accountable, they wouldn't do what Kanye's doing. So we can't get mad because, you know, they've rallied together to make a difference to stop him from being disrespectful towards their community. We should be better as a community and say we won't tolerate it either. You know, we can't get mad at those people because they stood together in unison and decided they weren't going to put up with his crap. You know, we can't get mad about that. So anyway, Kanye West is on his downward spiral. This is going to last him for quite some time. I don't know if he can recover from this, guys. Y'all want to pull some cards on Kanye, see if he'll be able to recover from this? If you care, are there any questions that you want to ask spiritually about Kanye West? We'll pull some cards. He's been pulled from a lot. I mean, he's even picked up a lawsuit along the way, George Floyd lawsuit, right? He's made friends with old Uncle Tom, Uncle Ruckus, Candace Owens. So anybody have any questions about Kanye West? So give me your question about him and let's see The first thing is, will he, that's a good question, mixologist, the healing mixologist. Will he overcome this situation, spirit, that he's in, this blackballing? Devil card is in reverse. Let's keep going. Will he overcome this challenge that he's facing being blackballed? So he has in his cards, guys. He has in his cards, by the way, and I'm gonna kind of answer a couple of questions at the same time. He's gonna take some time. I think I said this on the video that that I did. The next several months, once this kind of settles down a little bit, he's going to take some time to really reflect on his actions, what he said, and what he's done. I don't feel he's really regretful at this time, but I do feel that he's going to really reflect on his behavior. He does have the Ace of Swords and the Two of Swords, and that's about the consequences, his decision, the way he did it. That's what this represents. He's going to really sit down and really have a moment of clarity around how the delivery was. So I don't think he's going to just completely say, I apologize. I completely apologize. I think he's going to actually probably more than likely talk about the delivery. Remember, you know how people always say it's not what you say sometimes is the delivery. So I do feel like because he does have the double card. The double card is a mental health card, and he will have some reflection over. Hold on one second. Okay. All right, so I'm back. So basically, this is, and again, this won't happen right now. So just know if you hear in about a year from now or 2 years from now, let's say 1 to 24 months, that he's had some uh, some thought some thoughts around it. He's come to some decisions around it. He sees things from a different perspective. Don't be surprised, but it doesn't show in this moment. It shows he's going to stand on it, like I said in my reading. But he does show in the next 1 to 24 months, roughly, there's going to be some energy that's going to shift him, right? I do feel he's going to get some type of help. His double card is here. His double card is all about taking control. It's about coming to a point where you start to control your emotions, your energy, right? You remember Kanye's issues don't just stem from him having bipolar or whatever he's diagnosed with. Remember, he has other things going on too. He says he has a sex addiction, which is in the devil card. He's lost his mother. There are a lot of things that he's lost along the way. But again, I do feel like in the next 1 to 24 months, he may come back and say, my delivery, how I did it, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not saying he's going away for good. I'm just saying he'll probably end up taking some time to recover, recuperate, and rethink how he's going about the situation, right? That's what that talks about. So Kanye is not sleeping. Kanye is not, his health is being affected. I'm talking about his nutrition. We talked about that in the main reading. He also still is carrying a sex addiction energy that's attached to the double card. And I don't know if he does any type of real drugs or if he is drinking, but he does have with that double card that could represent somebody who can get under the influence of a substance or some kind. All right. But he does have in his energy with the Ace of Swords and the Two of Swords that he will at some point come to a decision around what he's doing. I like the fact that he has the star in his energy and for health down the road, and that star represents him having positive outcomes. That means that a lot of the stuff that he's facing, and that includes the challenges that represents that he will start to kind of come out of that a little bit. I know Charlemagne had made a comment which I didn't like on the channel about, Kanye is moving like a man that's trying to, that's trying to leave. I don't feel like that. I feel like he's just lost his way. I feel like he's spiraling. I feel like he's doing things in a way that's not conducive for himself, his family, or his career. I don't feel like he's trying to take himself out of anything. He looks like a man that's fighting for his life, if you ask me. So I don't feel he's trying to take himself down to for his own demise to take himself out. He definitely is fighting for his life. I think that he needs to, and they had a lot of energy around. I know they were talking about the Illuminati. So let's ask some questions around that too, around, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist in that way, but let's ask if there are some powers that be that, because he keeps talking about the powers that be in the community that are controlling things. So let's ask that question. Are there people, the powers that be, that are controlling things in an Illuminati type way, in a spiritual way, in a way that makes Kanye feel like he's fighting a spiritual battle? Give me the energy around Kanye West. Are there any people in his energy that is doing that, Spirit? He has a sun card in his energy. Ooh, he has the moon card. He has the King of Pentacles. He has the Seven of Swords. He definitely feel there are people, their hands at play. He's definitely feeling that there are hands at play that have their hands in the pot that are stirring things up. Okay. He does have a few spiritual cards here too. One of the spiritual cards is actually the moon card here. And the moon card is talking about people who are creating an illusion. So he is basically saying he is encountering people who are creating false illusions for him and who are pushing back against him, that are causing negativity towards him. So he is saying this is what shows in his energy. So that is one card. Again, I don't feed into a lot of conspiracy stuff, but I'm asking this question because there's something behind it. He's talking about men. He's not talking about a whole bunch of women here, because there's a lot of King of Pentacles energy attached to this. So he's talking about men. And remember, he kept saying media, and that media is here too. The Page of Wands is the people with news that are controlling the news. The Page of Wands are controlling the news. So he's specifically talking about the media controlling the narrative around him, and how he, and what he's doing. They're painting a certain picture of him, but he's not helping the situation with his behavior, right? That Page of Wands is the messenger. The Page of Wands is that news person, right? So he is showing in his energy, to be honest, that he feels that there's some people in the business that have Illuminati-esque ways that are trying to control him. Anybody in the comment section can drop, besides the people he's talking about. If somebody can guess one of the people he's talking about in the media that is from the Jewish community that controls the media, if you put that name, just put the name in the chat. The first person that guessed this name, you're going to get a 2-question reading from me. Guess who he's talking about too? Go ahead. So anybody can guess someone in the Jewish community who has control over the media, that actually has a lot of control and influence in the Black media. Who is he speaking of? Okay, Howard Stein. Okay, Michael who? Okay, Harvey. Sir, excuse me. You will get a free reading. He's talking about Harvey. Harvey that controls TMZ. Harvey. Is his name Harvey? What's the man that controls TMZ? What's his name? The man that controls TMZ. Who is that man's name? TMZ. Harvey what? Is his name Harvey Levin? That's who he's talking about, guys. That's who he's talking about. That is one of the main people that he's talking about, who's controlling the narrative and putting stories out and feeding the media. Harvey Levin, that's him. The first person who said Harvey, you will win a 2-question reading. You email me at bluenolareadsme@gmail.com, bluenolareadsme@gmail.com. That is one of the people that he's talking about, one of the main persons that he's talking about, who's controlling the media from the Jewish community. And they have control also in the Black community, because if you notice, the Black bloggers, right, they feed from TMZ, right? The TMZ kind of disseminates the information, and that information goes into Black media, right? So just think about it. A lot of times TMZ said, TMZ verified, TMZ sources. TMZ is actually the one who's disseminating the main information out. In the shade rooms, in the Hollywood Unlocks, in the neighborhood talks, they're feeding from that source. So even though the shade room is the bigger, I guess, blogger, the TMZ is the one who's mainly controlling the media from the blogosphere, if that makes sense. So pay attention to when you see all of your favorite blogs, they're pulling that information from TMZ. TMZ is basically feeding the media everything that's happening from the legal sphere, from the celebrity sphere, from any sphere. They're feeding the media. Pay attention to that, guys. That's one of the people that he's actually talking about. Okay. Yep. Period. So when you pay attention, I pay attention to everything. Harvey is Jewish. Harvey is a lawyer. Harvey controls TMZ, and TMZ is the feeder. They're feeding the media, right? It's almost like they're the source. Even though they're the smaller blog, considered the smaller blog, they're the source, and then they feed everyone else. And so TMZ comes out with the information, and they start to feed, and then the shade room takes it, and then from the shade room is Hollywood Unlocked, and it's the neighborhood talk, and all these other little small blogs. They start feeding, but the main source is who? TMZ. Harvey Levin, who is of Jewish background. He is controlling the media along with the other people. This is who he's talking about. Okay, one of the people. Okay, and notice TMZ is also the ones who controls what Kim Kardashian and them do and say. A lot of times they are disseminating that information out to us about what the Kardashians did, what the Kardashians said, the Kardashians cases, the Kardashians issues, what Kanye West. Just pay attention. Pay attention. TMZ is the main source of the media, y'all. Period. And that is being controlled by a Jewish man. And that's who he's talking about to some extent as one of the main people. Okay? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, put a 1 in the chat for me. All right. So I just wanted to bring that to y'all's attention if y'all haven't been paying attention to that. All right. So they are the main source of the media. And this is why he keeps talking about the media and the media controlling things and the media saying things and the media feeding a narrative. But again, the smaller blogs, feed from TMZ. So if you ever go on all of your favorite blogs, I don't care how big or how small, they've gotten that source at least 90% of their information comes from what? TMZ. So this is what he's talking about. Michael Rappaport, all those people are pawns in there. That's what I'm talking about. All of those people are pawns in the game. I'm talking about a source. We're talking about the source. That's what I'm talking about, because he also has his reading too here, the 7 of Swords. And that is talking about people doing something behind his back, people doing something strategic, right? People saying doing something strategic. But notice, even when Kanye's out of the media, he's still in the media. D9. So even when Kanye's out of the media, he's in the media because TMZ is reporting something about him, even when he's not technically in the media. Even before him and Kim fell out and he was at the ranch in Wyoming, he was still being reported on by TMZ. No, TMZ is not the only gossip site. I said they're one of the main sources of gossip, right? If you pay attention to who the Shade Room is getting their information from predominantly, it is TMZ. If you pay attention to who Hollywood Unlocked is getting their information from, it is TMZ. If you pay attention to the neighborhood talk, they're feeding through that source. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they're the only gossip site. I'm saying they are the main source of information. And if you didn't know it, TMZ is layered with lawyers. So TMZ is not just a bunch of people that got together and decided to run a blog spot. These are people who are college educated, that have law degrees or law backgrounds or media backgrounds, right? So this is not your typical situation. Because if you pay attention to the people who work for TMZ, if you ever listen to them, they have backgrounds in law, backgrounds in media. Some of these people have some main backgrounds. Okay, he was fine with the Jewish fellows when he was getting his way. Yeah. All right. Hey, I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not arguing with you about that. I'm not arguing with you about that. So one of the questions was, will he release new music? I know he and Good Music are now on the outs, but let's ask that question. Give me the energy around Kanye West. Will he release any? Yep, Cardi is an attorney. That's what I'm trying to say. Will he release any music or, any content? Will anybody even work with him at this point? Give me the energy around him, Kanye West. I do feel he will have, like, this is a deal. You know how people become independent? I definitely feel like he'll be able to make music. I don't think they could stop him. He has enough money to make his own label, and he has enough money to produce his own music. He has enough money to go independent, guys. So I definitely feel he will. He has the Six of Wands. He has the Fool card, which is a new beginning. He has the King of Wands. He just has to take a different route because he has the Seven of Cups in reverse energy, and that Seven of Cups talks about the path that he usually travels. He won't be able to travel that path anymore. He has the Ten of Wands, which talks about it'll make it a little bit more difficult, but ultimately he has a Sun card energy on his side, which says yes, he'll be able to make more music if he decides to, because he'll be able to do it his own way, right? Independently, right? So I don't think he won't ever make music, and if he does not make music, that'll be something he decides to do. But he can always go another route. The Seven of Cups is indicating to me too that he's going to take another route completely on a lot of things. So a lot of the stuff that we saw him derail with, he's going to have to take new paths, right? That's what it talks about. But yeah, that's one of the questions that y'all had here. All right. All right. What else was that other question y'all had? Let me see. Yep. So that's what he's talking about to some degree. A lot of the other people y'all threw up in there, I think they're a part of it too. Michael Rappaport. Somebody else said, a guy named who was this other guy y'all actually named? There was somebody else y'all named here that I saw. It was who was this name? Let me see. There's a couple of Vlad TV. I think Vlad is a whole how do you want to call it? I think he's a plant, Vlad TV. I don't know why so many people go on Vlad TV. I really don't get it. I mean, he's not for the culture. I don't get it. He's not for the people. I don't understand it. And I've written on Vlad TV's actual YouTube channel before, and he's deleted my comments. The Rothschild, Andy Cohen, Jimmy Iovine, Mark Zuckerberg, all of those people, George Soros, all those people are part of it, right? But again, we're talking about somebody who's truly controlling the media. And just like that guy, Mark Zuckerberg, he's a main controller too. He's a main controller. That young guy is a main controller. I don't know who he is, or where he come from, or where his people from, but he's one of the main people too. That guy that controls Facebook and Instagram. He's a controller. All right, so that is on Kanye West. I only think Kim cares about it because it affects her. She definitely cares about her reputation. She cares about how it makes her look. She cares about how it makes her family look. So of course she spoke on it. She's not going to sit there and let Kanye's antics bring her down. You know what I'm saying? I know Kanye kept saying, I'm proving my point. I'm proving my point. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like Kanye is proving his point by self-sabotaging his endorsement deals, him going against the Jewish community. Do you feel he's proving a point? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel he's proving his point, and put a 2 in the chat if you feel like, what point is he proving? Right? Making those comments, regardless of who you are, will get you into trouble. Put a 1 in your chat if you feel like Kanye is proving a point about the Jewish community. Put a 2 in the chat if you feel like there's no point to prove. Like, do your job, mind your business, and go about your life. Make your money. 0.5. All right. So some people feel like he's proven a point. Put in the chat why you feel he's proving that point. Put in the chat real quick. Why do you feel like he's proving his point? I mean, saying anti-Semitic statements, talking about you're going to go DEFCON 3 on people. I mean, is that proving a point? I mean, what point is that? But put a 1 in the chat if you why you say that you feel he's proving his point. And then put why you think that. 222. Crystal's like, there's no point to make, child. I mean, it's kind of like, think about it like this. No point in generalizing a whole group. And I agree with that. Made Jews expose themselves. Okay, gotcha. Anybody else? He's proving the point that they do control everything. Or, you know, you and your feelings, we and you just talked the other day. Maybe he's proving a point. Maybe the Jewish people are proving that we stick together. We're not going to let nobody just do what they want, right? Exactly. He's proving that point that they do control everything. It's insane. Okay. So we don't take into accountability that he's made comments that have led him there. Do we take that into accountability that he's made comments that have led him where he is today? So you can go on your job and say you're going to go DEFCON 3 on white people today, and you don't think any consequences are going to happen to you? I mean, I'm just asking. Can you go on your job, right, today and say, I'm about to go DEFCON 3 on these white people. Let one more white person think they could play with me. I'm going DEFCON 3 on them today. I'm taking everybody out. Do you feel that you're going to be on your job much longer if you go on your job saying that? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking. We got to put it into reality. Put it into if you did it. Put it into your perspective. What precipitated that comment? What precipitated that comment? What precipitated that comment? Organic Skincare NYC. So you're going to go on your job, Organic Skincare NYC, and you're going to say, I'm going DEFCON 4 on these white people today. I'm going DEFCON 4 on these Asian people today. You think you're going to be at your job much longer? You think you're going to be on your job much longer? Even if your job didn't give you the raise you deserve, right? Even if your job didn't give you the raise you deserve, even if your job took the side of a customer and you felt they were wrong, do you think you're going to be on your job if you go and tell your job you're going to go DEFCON 4 on some Asian people today? Okay. Right? So when you put it into that perspective, right, it's not justified. You can say what you want. Be prepared for the consequences, period. I understand, but at the same time, you don't have to. I don't understand the outrage. You don't understand that there was the Jewish people went through the Holocaust. You don't understand that the Jewish people went through a death situation that was massive. You don't understand that? You ever watch some of the movies, the docu-series that are on Netflix about the Jewish community and what they went through? You don't understand that? I mean, we want people to understand slavery. Tell me what you're saying, Cal. But I'm just saying. We want Black people to understand slavery and what we've been through, but we don't want to understand what another group of people went through. We don't want to understand that, right? So I'm not saying, all I'm saying is that words have consequences. And just because you feel like you're being mistreated does not mean you go and you get out of character and you do things that help, affect your ability to make money, and we're windmilling for Kanye, but Kanye said he don't care about Black people, huh? Kanye talked about Black Lives Matter. He just said it in a recent interview. He's not about to deal with no Black Lives Matter people. Kanye doesn't understand racism. He doesn't understand what it is or how it works. So he's that far away from the community, right? He ain't going to definitely deaf on nobody. He could have said that differently. Folks don't care about slavery, not even us. twerking in the cotton fields. Oh my God. Jeez. Okay. Period. He's like a petulant child. If you allow them to act out, they will continue. We haven't checked the behavior, so another community came in and did. Period. Period. D9, fame got to his head. He's a narcissistic person. He's gotten far away from who he is as a Black man. He's not protective of his own community. He's more focused about what the other person, listen, we didn't tell him to go make deals with Adidas. We didn't go tell him to make deals with Gap. We didn't tell him to go make deals with all these people. He made those deals. So when he was making those deals with those people from those other communities, right? Right? It was all gravy, right? It was all gravy. And then when things went bad with the deal, then it became a problem. I mean, that's like you doing business with a white man. And then you and this white man fall out and he start calling you a nigger. Just because y'all have a problem doesn't mean you go and you act out unprofessionally. Right? He is a self-proclaimed narcissist. He's been what? What you say? It's been going down here from there. Let me see what you say. The stuff Kanye said is dangerous. It could cause more violence. There's a Nazi group coming out agreeing with him. Jews are not silencing blacks for blacks. Jews are not silencing for blacks. Okay. Is Ye just self-destructing because Kim won't take him back? We talked about this on the, hey, Elia, we talked about this in my reading. We talked about a lot of this has to do with his relationship with her, right? He's self-destructing, all behind his relationship with Kim Kardashian. He's self-destructing. A lot of his, if you listen to his talk, he's talking about, I'm losing everything. I lost my family. I lost my wife. Now I'm losing my business deals. All right. He is from the hood. He needs to stop. Y'all can think he's crazy. He's overly intelligent and self-sacrificing. Okay. I do think this is all because of Kim. A lot of it has to do with his relationship with her. You don't know what happened between them, Blue Nola. Okay. Okay. All right. So anyway, we know this happened. He lost a deal with a talent agency, the documentary, the Balenciaga, the Vogue, his Instagram, his Twitter, his new lawyer, his Gap deal, his Adidas deal, his Good deal. He has lost people off of his actual Donda team. He's lost his wife. He's lost his family. He's lost his ability to control anything around him. I do know that. I do know that. Okay, his intelligence lost him all of that. Super highly intelligent man would sabotage his whole legacy, right? We always talk about legacy, and we always talk about wealth for our children, wealth for our future, leaving our children a legacy. Yeah, okay. I feel bad for Kim. I couldn't deal, which Kylie said, he said that yet he was living in a different state. Yeah, and that's another thing. We always want a windmill, but he was living in a whole different state the whole time Kim had the third baby and the fourth baby, right? Now he wants to be this dad of the year. I'm not with Mills Kanye. Y'all can't make me. Sorry, not happening. I wish him the best of luck. I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope that he can pull out of this. I'm sure that he will. He's an intelligent person. I think he's just lost his way. Let me see what you said. She said, genius and insanity often go hand in hand. That's Kanye right now. He pushed her away. I think he's fighting the Illuminatis in our faces. Okay. We just did a quick reading on that. Hope he's not. What? He's not swoop? Laugh out loud. Me either. Let me see what y'all talking about. All right. Self-proclaimed self-sabotage of Kanye is going to make his reputation solidified as a madman who went off about the Jewish people. He's ruining himself. Kanye isn't the only black man who's gone against the Jews. Michael Jackson, Prince, and the list goes on. He's not the only musician. Okay. All right. Let's see what else y'all talking about. So let's go ahead and I think I didn't had enough for Kanye, child. I didn't, I've done podcasts on him, I've done readings on him. I've done everything I can, baby. There's nothing else I could do. I'm not windmilling at all, so that ain't gonna help. If his mom were here, would he be acting? Ooh, that's a good question. He overshot if he was just trying to get out of the older Adidas deal, period. People are always making excuses for that nut, period. I want him to reflect and gather himself. This verbal hole he keeps digging himself is distracting. Can't say the whole word, Nola, laugh out loud. Okay? But they didn't go this hard for Nick Cannon. That's true. What about the Jews? What is it about the Jews? Child, let me say this. At the end of the day, we need to do a better job. We need to do a better job of sticking together as a community. How about that? Instead of, worrying about the Jews sticking together, we need to be sticking together. He's not a genius. Okay, Crystal. All right, Crystal. So he's not a genius. He is not a genius, period. Huh? He is dealing with a lot of hurt. Yeah. And when you watch him, the way he dressed, he almost dressing like a homeless person. He would be be acting that way. Like he would be acting like that if his mom were here, because don't you see how his father approved his behavior? He was heading towards this direction. I kind of agree with that too, because his dad was kind of like co-signing him a little bit until things started going sideways. Will he remarry? Girl, I need to get it together. But people like Kanye will always find another person. Will he remarry? That's a good question. Spirit, give me the energy around Kanye West. Will he remarry down the road? Will he eventually get into a relationship down the road that will lead him into marriage? I can see him getting into a relationship that he feels connected to, and it could lead to marriage. He has a marriage energy here, but that marriage is met with another division, is met with divorce. So I can see him doing that, and I can see him getting married. The relationship is very fiery, very passionate. The person has a lot of energy connected to really liking him too. I can see this person really liking him, but they have a very fiery, passionate relationship. But then they hit a brick wall. They get a tower moment. His depression, his energy, the way he is. He has cards of depression here. He has the Sun card in reverse. He has the Five of Cups in reverse, and he has a card of anxiety. So I would say that I could see him getting married again or being in a long-term relationship, but I could see him being in divorce too. Again, having a second divorce. All right. Kanye can always remarry, but he's going to be a lick for life. Let's be real. No woman is looking at him for a prime candidate for love anymore. Yeah, they're looking at him for an opportunity. They're looking at him to go viral. They're looking at him to, people not worried about the money no more. They just want to be attached to you. They can make their own money by being on their social medias and stuff like that. Even the last lady he was with, she was on her social media posting pictures about where they were. So you could see she was just out there trying to be seen. This last lady that looked like she was Hispanic or Black. All right. Let's see. Let me see what you're talking about. I have Jewish relatives. They own my mother's people. And it was a feast to this today. Shalom. Wow. Everything he does is a statement. He's trying to make everything. They've been trying to silence him. Okay. Thank you for that. Let's see. He just needs to step away and heal. I 100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And I can see him doing that too. All right. He will bounce back and he will become stronger from this, but I think it's going to take him some time. Right now, he's fighting the fight, guys. Kanye look like he's fighting for his life right now. I'm trying to tell you, that's how he gives me the energy of a person who's fighting. He's literally going down fighting. Just imagine somebody falling backwards, swinging. That's how he makes me feel, like a person that's falling backwards, swinging his hands in the air, fighting. He gives me the energy of a man that is falling backwards and he's still fighting. That's exactly how I see. Every time I see him, that's exactly what I see. I see him. All right, all right, all right. Windmilling for his life. You know, that's my favorite word, child. Windmilling for his life. Absolutely. All right, so I think I've had enough of Kanye. We wish Brother Kanye all the best and that he gets into a better place with his businesses and his opportunities. It looks like he's fighting himself. Yes, yes, absolutely. He's fighting, baby. He's fighting. Okay? He's fighting. Windmilling for his life. All right, so we talked about Kanye. We talked about everything. I think that's all I wanted to talk about with Kanye. Boom, boom, boom. Let me make sure, because I wrote like, I be writing notes and stuff like that when I be writing notes and stuff like that when I get before I come. So the next one, y'all want to talk about Travis and Kylie? I have my thoughts and feelings on that. I think Travis is a liar. Like point blank and period. I think Travis Scott is a liar. I think he's a freaking liar, and I think Kylie Jenner needs to keep her eyes open. And I don't think this lady just making shit up, and I don't think it just happened in a vacuum. I think that she does have a reputation for having a clout chasing vibe, but I don't believe Travis Scott for 1 second. This lady has been attached to him for too many years and too long. And she was at this, how she just get at your photo shoot, she just snuck up in there. He is a liar. And I think Kylie Jenner needs to keep her eyes and her ears open. And I think she needs to pay attention to her situation, her circumstances. Where there's smoke, there is certainly fire. And notice she walked them statements back real quick, right? After she clearly got either a cease and desist or a phone call. 222 is in the chat. 222. Let me put a 222. Angel number 222 is in the chat. Make sure you're liking this video. But I do not believe a damn thing that he's saying when in regards to this particular lady. As far as the relationship is concerned, I feel like he has dealt with this lady throughout time, and I think he's a damn liar. Period, point blank. So let's go ahead and pull a few cards. That's just my personal opinion. Give me the energy, please, Spirit. And notice all the cheating that they've always talked about with Travis Scott. He came out windmilling on that one, right? Like they've said multiple cheating rumors about him year over year over year. They have caught him in all kind of situations. But for this particular situation, he fighting for his life on that. So give me the energy around, I think her name is Rajan and Travis Scott. Do they have, and they know each other and they have been affiliated with each other? That's the first pull that came out. Give me the energy around Travis Scott and the woman Rajan. He's been dealing with this woman off and on, guys. He's been dealing with this woman off and on. Period. This is what's in his energy. He's not telling the truth. He's not. I do believe that he hasn't been dealing with her for, like, I do believe he deals with her off and on. He does have in his energy like he walked away at one point. So I could see like maybe some months he hasn't seen her, because he does have 8 of Cups energy, which could represent, since the baby's been born, he hasn't really been engaging her a whole lot. But it does show in his energy that he's in communication with her friends. It does show in his energy that he does communicate with her, but it's not as often as she says it is too. She got mad because he was denying her. This is what it shows in her energy. And the one thing is, even though she recanted some of her story, she still stood on the fact that you're not going to play with me. Notice that, though. Notice that. So even though she said, well, it's been a while since we saw each other, but she still stood on the fact that she knew him, she dealt with him, and she'd been dating him off and on. Notice that. She did not take that back. She has the Page of Pentacles in it. That means she's standing on it, right? So I do not feel like he's telling the truth. I feel like Travis Scott is a liar, and I feel like Kylie Jenner should not be trusting him. He has the Fool card in his energy in reverse. Fool card is cheating, and let me see. I think it's cheating. Let's look at health. We're going to do a little mental health check on Travis Scott. And let me say this, he's happy with Kylie too. I know a lot of people say he looked checked out. He got sun energy with Kylie, baby. And this is why he is windmilling for his life. Because what y'all not about to do is mess his situation up. So even though he has a checked out, he always looked checked out. He always looked like he looking at the ground. Every picture he got, he looking at the damn ground, child. I be wanting to know if he's running from the FBI or something. So he been doing that, y'all. I mean, even before he met Kylie, he been looking down at the damn ground. But he's happy with her, with Kylie Jenner. He has sun energy. Actually, I mean, I know a lot of people was writing something in the blogs today about marriage. They have the potential to get married. Actually, if you want to keep it real. So remember I said this, that if you hear that they got married, don't be surprised about it. And I'm talking about what, 10, that's 10 plus 9, 1 to 19 months or so. Don't be surprised if they got married, because he got marriage in his cards for her. A lot of times too, again, when I see Travis Scott, he always looking at the ground. So I don't know how we gonna figure he checked out when he been doing that shit. He been looking at the ground. He been looking at the floor. He been looking down. I mean, like I said, I don't know if he running from the FBI, if he running from, America's Most Wanted, if he running from the dog. But baby, he always looking at the ground. So I don't know what y'all talking about. All right. Okay, so where was I? Oh, I was at the Fool. Here we go. So the Fool is here. I do feel like he does drugs. Let's say this. He does indulge. I'm gonna say that. I definitely feel like he does indulge. I do feel like he does drink sometimes. I do feel like he has in his energy. He does have depression in his energy, so he may have an insecurity problem, and that may be why he may be shy, guys. So that may be why he be looking at the ground and doing all that stuff, because he definitely be looking at that damn ground. I don't know what the hell he be doing, but child, every time I'm like, is the man? He look like a man that's got a wife and kids, and he trying not to be featured on a picture. That's what he be looking like. Shit. But anyway, I don't believe that he don't know this woman. I don't believe that he never dated this woman. I don't believe he never knew this woman. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. He's a liar. And Kylie should not trust him, and she should know better than that, right? He gonna pretend like he don't know this lady. Bye. This lady on your set. This lady was just on a picture with him a few years ago with some shoes in the background. Like, you just think we just forgot about all of that. Oh yeah, Chris said pills. When you look at a person in their eyes and they look down immediately, yeah, like it. I mean, there's something about him. There's something about the way he be doing that. I'm telling you, if you wouldn't know him, you would think he had a wife and a kids, and he don't want to be on. Something when you be taking pictures, you see some people taking pictures of their man, and their man be looking down all around and all that, like he trying to be out the picture. He halfway in the picture. That's because he got something else going on. Travis is a Taurus. He definitely does sip and does a little smoke. Okay, all right. All right. Period. All right. So I don't believe nothing he's talking about. Okay. I don't believe this lady just making it up, because even after she recanted a little bit of what she was saying, she kind of corrected the timeline of when they were dealing with each other. But she definitely stood on the fact that she knew him and she dealt with him. And that's on period. She didn't take none of that back. All right. So that's on Kylie and old Travis. Look down, Scott. Okay. All right, so the next person I wanted to talk about, and it's just something I want to talk about really quickly, was the Cardi B Madonna situation. I found that interesting how that all went, but I also agree with Cardi B. And a lot of times I be telling y'all, I'm sick of Cardi B. I'm sick of her complaining. I'm sick of her whining. I'm sick of her always on the internet worrying about what everybody do and say. But I do agree with what she was saying about the Madonna situation, and I'm glad that they did hatch it out, because there is no reason that you had to bring Cardi into it, Miley Cyrus or Kim Kardashian to prove a point about the fact that you paved the way. Madonna, you're not the first person to be in music, and you won't be the last. Okay, let's keep that real clear. There are other people before you that paved the way for you, and they didn't have to take the social media, a newspaper or anything to put down another woman in order to build yourself back, to build yourself up. You are 67 years old and you need to act your age. You are out here looking a fool And I am very sad. I mean, I used to be a huge Madonna fan. And it's just so sad to see her. I mean, some people could say she going out doing what she want to do, but she look real sad to me right about now. That old big fake butt she got, all them children, all her children look like they all over the place. Her, I think the daughter, her and the daughter look like they have, her and the daughter look like they having a strange relationship to some degree. I'm not saying totally. And then she looks like she barely has the son that she had with her husband. And then she looks like she barely combs those children's hair that she have, those little adopted girls. And then she's got the one black boy, he be wearing, he be a child, he be in there, he doing the most. So at the end of the day, she need to focus on, you know, giving her self, respect yourself. That's what you need to be doing. You look terrible. You're not aging gracefully. It's just out of control, right? Let's see. Black Widow Rose says, I think Cardi has a lot of misplaced anger. Let me see what she wrote. I think Madonna is being weird with all the actions. It seems like she's chasing attention. Black Widow wrote, I literally posted on my Instagram. And if anybody saw that on my Instagram, you know what I'm talking about. It's sad to see that Madonna's out here looking for attention. I literally said that on my Instagram. So now Madonna's out here trying to go viral, looking for attention, et cetera, et cetera. And it's really sad, but I say all of this to say there was no reason that she had to make that statement and then put their name in it and right behind there say bitches and put clown faces. There's no reason for that. If another reader who's been out here more established on YouTube than me and said, Blue Nola and this person and that person can thank me, bitches, and put the clown face, I wouldn't think that was a compliment either. So I felt Cardi on that situation. I felt that she stood up for herself in that moment. And even though I do feel like Cardi be out here just being in shit and drama all the time, I definitely was feeling her on this particular topic. So I just wanted to make that clear for myself, because I was like, Madonna, you got some damn nerves, girl. You up here dating 20-some-year-old boys. You look a hot mess with that big old goofy booty you got on. With just doing the most. So that's all I have to say. Cardi B is a prime target because she's going to say something. Yep, I mean, all she does is help them go viral, but they help her go viral, right? A lot of these celebrities, guys, they're trying to go viral. They want to be in the blogs. They want to stay in the blogs. They all want attention. I mean, honestly, if you really look at it, they're all plugging something. They all want attention. I mean, look at Young Miami wrote something about, would you feed your child or your man first? All this stuff is a way to get in the blogs and get attention. All right. She's going through a midlife crisis. Child, she passed the midlife. Isn't the midlife in the 40s? I mean, she's 67 years old. Shit. Madonna be out here, out looking out of it. Yep. Period. Cardi B is like me. Leave me alone. She really messed up her face. I mean, she going outside. You remember how beautiful Madonna used to be? Let me look at a picture of Madonna. Madonna used to be beautiful, y'all. I mean, Madonna used to be beautiful. I mean, when I tell you naturally beautiful. I mean, naturally beautiful. And she just out here, not that everybody's aging and going to get older, but it's just older and eccentric. That's the thing. She's getting older and she's very eccentric at this point. But Madonna was like super. I mean, when I tell you, I mean, extremely beautiful, very beautiful. And she just become weird and eccentric. Let me see if I can get off of that. Hold on. Let me go back to that. I mean, golly. I was like, what's going on with Madonna? Madonna just didn't hit her head, child. Let me see. Okay, let me see. Y'all, I know, I've been playing with this damn StreamYard. Share the screen. Okay, let's share the screen right quick. I mean, look how beautiful. I mean, is it on there yet? All right, look how beautiful Madonna was. I mean, beautiful. I mean, when I say beautiful, I mean beautiful. Naturally beautiful. I mean, just naturally beautiful, but she's always been daring. She's always been daring. She's always been, you know, a bit of a different type of person. She always had great style. You know, she always was different. So we gotta say that. She's never been that girl that was just, you know, she's never been that girl that was just basic or plain. So I guess we can just say she's carrying her eccentric personality onto old age, child. But beautiful. All right. She's a Leo. Okay, gotcha. All right, she's a Leo. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and but anyway, child. So that's all I had to say about that part. I ain't got nothing else to say. Let me see. She needed share surgery and take me back when she read about them stars in National Enquirer. Social media changed that. Yep. Those celebs don't want to grow old gracefully. Yeah, that's true. But let me tell you something. If you have the money to get the surgery you want and look beautiful the way you want to look, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Try to keep up with the younger youth. Yep. Madonna is just tired of Cardi like the rest of the world. Cardi needs to respect herself regardless of how Madonna looks. Okay. The celebs and their new faces are comical. All right. My kids are her age. Who kids are your, wait, my kids are whose age? Okay. Oh, Cardi B's age. Okay. Gotcha. She was sexy and beautiful. Tupac and many more thought so too. Yes. She's been crazy. Period. Okay. But anyway, I do agree with Cardi B on that part, even though Cardi B driving me crazy sometimes. No, I do agree with her about that, baby. You don't have to put no clown face on me and no goddamn bitches to tell me something. What? You know, I'm like Cardi, baby. Don't disrespect me, baby, because we gonna have a problem. We gonna have a situation. Or you ain't about to play with me. You ain't about to disrespect me at all. Now I don't do everything. I don't go on social media and do all this stuff. You know what I mean? I ain't got that. I ain't got all that much time. But you know what I'm saying? All right. Your kids are Madonna's age. Huh? What? Child? I don't know what you talking about. All right. My kids are Madonna's age. I'm 44. How are her kids Madonna's age, child? Madonna is my mama's age. My mom would have been 67, guys. My mom died 2 years ago. My mom would have been 67. Madonna is my mom's age. What is Kel talking about? Is this Kel? Is this Kelton? Kelton, is this you? Who is this under Kelton's profile today? Child, what's going on? All right. So anyway, what's going on with Kelton? Kelton is like this is this Tokyo Tony? What's going on here? Okay. All right, y'all. So that's it. Is there anybody else? Madonna, I believe, is 67 years old, y'all. Wait, she said Madonna's kid's age. Okay, gotcha. I don't know, baby. I'm confused. I'm so confused right now. Yep, she was beautiful. You can see her Italian side. She had a French lineage too. Beautiful. Baby, I don't know what's going on with Kelton. Kelton just going crazy today. Okay, what's happening? All right, so she's saying her kids are Madonna's age. Okay, I got you. All right, thank you for clearing it up. Because I'm like, wait a minute, how the hell Madonna, how we got kids Madonna age when Madonna is 20 plus years older than us? Make it make sense. Okay, now I got it. I got it. Now, thank you, Gloria. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Peace. All right, I'm good now, child. Sha-la-la-la-ba. I'm like, what happened? Who's age? I'm confused. All right, is there anybody else? Who we had on our thumbnail? We had, oh, shit. I just got off from work and I'm discombobulated. Okay. What's Leslie Jordan sick? Remember I told y'all in the beginning, you have to go back to the beginning. You know, Leslie Jordan had heart condition. You know that, right? He talked about it on his actual Instagram. He had a heart condition. He was going to the cardiologist. That was like his regular checkups, I guess, every few months. he goes to the cardiologist. And I saw on TMZ that they said that he had been having some chest pains prior to the accident. So, yeah. So, yeah, they say he had a shortness of breath and, you know, things of that nature. So, I was really heartbroken, guys. Yesterday I was all tore up about that, because he was really a bright spot, when COVID was happening and all that. He was really a bright spot during COVID. All right. Are Kylie and Travis destined to be together? Not forever. Not forever. Not forever. I definitely feel like they definitely have grown. But if you go to my Kylie and Travis video, I talked about them having another baby. I talked to them about them possibly getting married. I talked to them about their relationship continuing to grow. I talked about all of this. If you go to the video I have on Travis Scott and Kylie Jenner, all right. Let me see who else we have on the thumbnail. I think that was the only people I wanted to talk about was Kanye, Madonna, Cardi B, Leslie Jordan. Let me see. Let me see. Oh my God, that made me so sad. Leslie Jordan has such an amazing personality. Period. I was so sad. I was literally broke out crying like 4 times yesterday. No lie. I broke out crying like 4 times yesterday because I was just like, my mom would have been 67. I was thinking about that. I'm thinking about how he was such a bright spot during a dark time. I thought about all the great stories he was telling on Instagram. He still have those stories are still there. Then I thought about, well, to have heart issue or to have shortness of breath, health challenges, and then to on top of that have a car accident. That is really like tragic, right? I was thinking about all of that. And I just kept thinking about how he was such a beautiful person, how much he loved his mother, how much he loved his sisters, how much he loved his dad, how much he used to talk about his dad. So I used to think about all of that. I mean, I was thinking about all that yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I think I probably broke out crying at least 3 or 4 times, maybe 4 times, maybe 5. No lie, like literally crying like he was my uncle, literally. Like he could have been my dad. Like I mean, I always called him my uncle though, because he had such a young spirit. He has such a young, playful spirit. But yeah, I was literally like I'm still choked up. When I started this live, I was choked up. Because I'm like, I can't even believe it. And I was just looking at his picture. I went on his Instagram. I looked at a video he did. I liked the video, and I liked the video. And I'm looking at his face, and I'm like, I feel like somebody gonna tell us something about Leslie Jordan. I kept saying that. And I just clicked off of it. You know how you see something and you dismiss it, and I just clicked off it, and then the next day he's gone. So I'm like literally saying on his Instagram, like, I feel like we're gonna hear some news about Leslie Jordan. I promise you, I said that. I adored him singing Sunday about going to heaven. Yep. His mama, his daddy. Look, he almost looked like he was the same age with his daddy and with his mama, huh? Him and his mom almost looked the same age. But I think what happened was, if you listen to him talk, I think his mama got married at a young age and she had him really young. I believe his mom may have been like 19 when she had him. So yeah, that makes sense why they would look so close in age, because she was so young when she had him, right? But yeah. But I think that was the only thing I wanted to talk about. Is there anybody y'all want to talk about before I go? It's almost 9:27 here in Central Standard Time. Let me see. Yeah, I just love him. So it just made me so sad. Oh my God, it made me so sad. Let me see if there's anything else I want to talk about, and then I'm out of here. And then I'll be coming back with an actual reading. I just been with this damn sty in the damn eye, dragging my whole life down. I just can't. Okay, let's see. He was on Designing Women, and I love that show. I love that show too. That's an old show. Is Kylie gonna move on Tristan? What? What you talking about, girl? Mm, mm, mm. We did a reading on Beyonce, and Kanye and Jay-Z on my Instagram channel. So if you go to Blue Nola Tarot, I did a little mini reading on Instagram for the people that are on my Instagram. All right. There's nothing about Beyonce that I need to talk about except that wig she had on. the other day. I was wondering what was going on with that wig she had on the other day. It looked like it wasn't attached to her head and all the hairs was standing up. Remember she was just at the wearable art gala, and when they did a close up of her hairline, I'm like, girl, what is going on with that damn wig? Okay, go look at that picture and look at the very very close up shot of that wig. I mean, what was going on with that wig, girl? That's the only thing I need to be doing a reading on. What happened? Y'all see Ashanti doing a interview on Irv Gotti? Yes, let her speak. The whole wig was horrible, period. Going on tour? Yeah, she said she's going on tour. That's good. So Ashanti is speaking on Irv Gotti. Now, let me say this. Do not get your hopes up high and think she's going to say she never slept with him. I think they're just spinning it around so people can watch, because she said he lied about some things. She didn't say about us having sex. So I think they're basically doing some clickbait shit. I think she gonna probably still talk about the fact that they kind of dealt with each other, but he lied about some other things. So don't get your hopes up too high thinking she gonna say they didn't sleep together. And if she say she didn't sleep with him, she a dang gonna lie. That man was adamant and serious as a heart attack. Okay. And even when she did the remix with Diddy, she alluded to the fact that they had something going on and that he missed her cootie cat. Shit, I don't know. Nola said, what's going on with that wig? Yeah, y'all seen that wig? Go pull a close-up shot of that wig that she had on the other day at the wearable art gala. And then that top she had on. I don't know if it was a dress, but if you got a close-up, I think she was on a picture with the African lady, Naomi, the lady that's from, what's the name of that Black Panther? She's on that picture with her. What's the lady name from Black Panther? And she had on that dress, and baby looked like some of her areola was coming out of there. So that wig and that areola was taking me out. Okay. I married her shit too. I love he loved him some Ashanti, period. Lupita, yeah. So let me see if I can go on Lupita channel and see if she got, let me see if I can go on her Instagram and see if she got that picture. Y'all can see what I'm talking about. Hold on. Hold on, child. Because I was like, baby, she taking me out with that wig. And I mean, I couldn't believe Lupita had even had posted that, because that wig was not giving what it was supposed to give up close. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up, child. You know, girl. Hold on, let me see if Lupita got it on her channel, child. Let me see before I go making a scene. Let me see if she got it in her story. Because I was confused with that wig Beyonce had on her head. That was the only thing. She don't have it. She didn't save it on her page, Lupita, but I'm going to have to look for it. I'm going to have to look for that picture, and y'all, so y'all can see it. But baby was taking me out. Hold on. Lupita always in the thick of things. Remember she was in that whole situation with Will Smith? She was all in the thick of everything. She always in the thick of something. Let me see if I can find a picture of Lupita and Beyonce. Hold on. Before I could pull it up. Hold on. I think this is the picture right here. I don't know if y'all can see it close up, but I'm about to bring it up. Okay, here it is right here. Whew. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me see. Hold on, man. Let me get out of this. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen again. Because baby, that was the one thing. That's what I was trying to read on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me go back. Okay, hold on. Lupita is so beautiful. Okay, hold on. Did I get the picture all mixed up? I went too fast. Hold on. Let me come out of it, child. It's the picture right there. Okay, let me get back to stream, y'all. Y'all see this here? How do I make the dang on thing bigger? Okay. Hold on. Can I get it bigger? God doggone it. Okay. You see that? You see her hairline? The hair looked like it was not even attached to the head, child. Okay. I mean, you are black. What was happening? Okay. Okay. Let me see if I can get another picture. Hold on. Girl, when I seen that, I said, what's the situation? Hold on. I don't think I can find another picture because there's very limited pictures from her at that event, but she looked beautiful. It's just that wig was taking me out, and then her areola. You see how areola? Hold on. You see how her areola was big? Like you could see her areola. Hold on, y'all. Let me go back. Okay, I don't know if I could go back. Damn it. That is a beautiful dress she got on right there. Hold on. Okay, let me see if I can get it bigger. Let me see. View image. God damn it. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Okay. All right. So I don't know if I could get it bigger, but you see how her areola was coming out this dress? Her areola was coming out this dress, and then her hair wasn't attached to the head. But anyway, she looked beautiful. Anyway, Beyonce has such big boobs now. Yes. I think she got like a BBL and she got big boobs now. But anyway, that's her business. I used to be a hairstylist. Okay. That's her natural leave out. Okay. Thank you for letting us know. All right, girl. Because I was like, what happened? All right. She be eating good. Yeah. Period. She be eating good. She be looking good. I love all her pictures. I love how she's posting her husband more and more. The wig looks good to me. It does look good. I'm just saying. I was trying to figure out the edges, child. Just the edges. The edges. I was just trying to find out the edges. God. Okay. All right. And then all her areola was out, but she looked good. All right. There's nobody else I want to talk about. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good night. Take care. And guess what? We're gonna do 50 Cent and his son. That's gonna be our next reading. And then I don't know who else I want to do. It's so boring out here. Like I feel like it's boring. If you have been unsubscribed, I know YouTube has been like cleaning up. So if you've been unsubscribed, make sure you subscribe back to the channel. Michelle Williams, Laugh Out Loud, Edges Nola. That's the wig, not that wig was not giving, period. It was not. I mean, it wasn't. All right, it was very boring. All right, y'all have a good night. I'm out of cheer. Take care, stay blessed, stay encouraged, stay empowered. Is Chloe gonna leave Tristan? Yeah, she's gonna leave Tristan once Tristan leave her. That's what's gonna take, Black Widow Row. When Tristan finally leaves Chloe and Tristan finally meets somebody else that he really wants to be with, this is when she is going to be done with Tristan. It's going to take for Tristan to be done with Chloe. Mark my words. It's going to take for him to finally walk away, for her to be done. Period. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you for coming through. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't subscribed. I'm out. And again, rest in peace to Leslie Jordan. We miss you already. And our prayers are to your family, your mother, your twin sisters. I'm a twin. To Kanye, we hope Kanye can get it together for the sake of himself, for the sake of his children, his family, and other than that, that's it. I'm out of here. I got energized a little bit talking to y'all because I was feeling bad earlier. I was like, oh God, I don't know how people be dealing with this sty in the eye. It's very stressful. It's very painful. It just feel like it ruined your whole day, your whole week. You can't sleep. You wake up, your eye is all stiff. It's just too much. So I'm going to try what y'all were talking about as far as the remedies and see if that'll help it. But good night to y'all and take care. Peace.